గూగుల్ ప్లే స్టోర్లో మన SRS కోచింగ్ అకాడమీ యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని ఈ కింది కోర్సులను మీరు పొందవచ్చు. యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ లింక్ కిందనే ఉన్న డిస్క్రిప్షన్లో ఉంది. ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్.
Please like, comment, share and subscribe to SRS Coaching Academy. Don't forget to press the bell icon.
Welcome to SRS Coaching Academy. I am Phanindra Prasad, Faculty of English. I am going to explain a brief information, brief instructions for preparing the examinations coming on March 18th onwards. First of all, I am going to explain the first paper and second paper for SSC students. It's very important. First paper and second paper structures I am briefly explaining. Mainly the first paper is mainly grammar structures are there. Grammar structures and textual, prose and poetry. Prose is very important and poetry also as well as important. The first one is I am going to explain grammar structures are what are the main grammar structures we are going to explain here. I am going to explain one thing, that is first one parts of speech, then active voice and passive voice, direct speech and indirect speech, and question tag, degrees of comparison, and synthesis of sentences, and homonyms, and the suffixes and prefixes. These are the main structures are given in these examinations. And how to change direct speech to indirect speech and voice and everything, you know that. And take, whenever you are going to examination hall, you should first of all read the paper completely and start the examination. If you are able to write prose or poetry questions correctly, you first start according to your wish. Few people are asking me, we are going to answer grammar structures or prose or poetry. That is according to your wish. Which structure is very important, interesting to you? Everything is important. Prose, mainly the important lessons are, for example, the Maya Bazaar and Tribute and the Jamaican Fragment. These kinds of lessons are very important lessons for you. These lessons you are by heart every question. And point, another thing I want to tell you, the structures, main structures. One, poetry structures are, poem is given there and questions are given. Then poem is given and after the poem the questions are following there. You should answer the questions briefly. And prose passage is given. First of all, you read the passage carefully. You should answer very carefully. That you write the brief answers from the prose. That is the better for you. Another thing I want to tell you, every grammar structure you should remember the rules and the structures of grammar. For example, transformation of sentences or synthesis of sentences. These are sentences, these kinds of structure is too difficult to you. But whatever you do, remember all these principles, and voice, the 5 rules, and direct speech, 14 models. Everything you should answer according to your knowledge is, you are studying in the English medium or Telugu medium or SSC, ICSC or CBSC. The grammar structures are almost all same grammar structures, are the few are different. But whatever may be, the rules and regulations are same, because you must carefully write. Another thing I want, writing principles, how to present the matter to the examiner, how to write the examination. And already you by heart, few people are by heart the answers, but they are unable to write the answers properly because they are not following the punctuation marks. Punctuation is very important. This is already given in one question in grammar structure also. But that punctuation marks you should follow in answer paper also. Every answer you should find out, you should write with punctuation rules and regulations, capital letters, comma, full stop, every semicolons, everything you use according to punctuation rules. Without punctuation, you may lose marks. Because of this, you should follow the punctuation marks also. The next one, the second paper we are going to touch. The second paper is mainly unseen passages are there. Unseen passages are there. What are meant by unseen passage? What is meant by unseen passage? The reading passages you are taken by the textbook. These are in first paper. The second paper, unseen passages are, they are giving the unseen passages from somewhere. Somewhere biography of famous people, or there are some newspaper articles. That is very difficult to you. Because of this, in the second paper, you should you are unable to by heart. But at the time, you should write the answers only. This is very critical and very difficult to you, according to your age. For biography, they extract from a biography and given a passage there. That is very tough. Because of this, once or twice, you read the passage carefully, then only you should answer. Another thing I want to tell you, there is one picture is given in the second paper. In the second paper, it is a very difficult structure. One picture is given. The picture may be taken from any newspaper. For example, today, Narendra Modi and Trump meet. There is a Narendra Modi, the picture is given, Narendra Modi and Trump. You should write one passage according to this matter. What is going there, what is today's news. Because of this, in current politics, you should understand the current politics. Because of this question, you should answer. What is happening in the world? You should know that. That is picture passage. Then, another thing I want to tell you, that in the first paper, one difficult test is closed test. Closed test means one passage is given, then brackets, few sentences few phrases are given. You should fill the blanks. These are the structures, main structures here. And second paper, unseen passages and paragraph writing and precise writing. Another thing, CV is there. CV. Then resume or CV, this should be read. For example, one advertisement is given. In second paper, this is mostly advertisement. Advertisement is given. According to this advertisement, you should submit your CV. You should send your CV to the so-and-so company. This is according to your knowledge. You should follow the rules and regulations of CV. There are many rules and regulations. For example, nowadays CV is new pro forma is there. Now I am explaining about the new pro forma. For example, previously the person date of birth and qualification from LKG to degree has given. Now that is the ascending order. You should not write the ascending order. Now the descending order is following in the CV. Descending order. For the interviewer can see what is your highly qualification. That is the main point here. CV should be right properly. Then another thing, the letter writing. Letter writing is very important. Letter writing contains 5 structures, 5 important points. Letter writing, it will give 10 marks to you. It is, if you write a letter correctly in the second paper, you will get 10 marks. First one, it is date, the salutation, the body of the letter, the subscription. These are the completely you should write carefully. First of all, I am going to tell you one thing. Date, for example, today is 25th February 2020. Few people write like this, 25 to 2020. It is Indian date. You should write Indian date. You may write 2/25 2020. That is in USA. That is wrong. Date is. Another thing, salutation and subscription. Then, for example, there are salutations. One side salutation. For example, you write a letter to your father or friend. The salutation is different. You write a letter to your officer. That is the salutation is different. You should follow these rules. Another thing I want to tell you. It may be informal letter or formal letter. You should observe that it may be informal letter or formal letter. The formal letter, you should write according to formal principles. For example, to the managing director or Then informal letter, you may write according to your wish. These kind of letter writing, it will give 10 marks for you. Every structure, according to the rules and regulation, you should follow. First of all, what you can do, first, whenever you are going to examination, any subject, first you should take your hall tickets and remember at first that after the paper is given, you should first read the paper entirely. It may be first paper or second paper. First paper may be grammar, prose, poetry, textual passage. These are the first paper. Second paper, unseen passages and resumes and letter writing and picture passage, picture writing. These are the second paper. Because of this, you should take care according to your wish. One thing I want to tell you, put side headings mainly, side headings. And you should not use anytime, anyway, first should not use unparliamentary words and unimportant words. You should not misuse the opportunity to write. For example, you are writing an essay regarding the matter of Trump and Modi meet. This you should not use. For example, some people write main sentence are correct, then after one paragraph they may use wrong words. Should not use like that. Another thing, always you should not write bad unnecessary words. Another thing, write properly. Writing is main, and writing is main asset to you. The student who are write most correctly, he will get good marks. That punctuation is the main point, and side headings is the main points, and conclusion is also here. Another thing I want to tell you, then another thing I want to tell you, another point you should follow. Every time you first take your question paper, always observe the question paper and write the answer. After you write the answer, then you tick the question in the question paper also, because few people are write what already they written, which question they have written previously, again they may write, they may forgot. That is not, you should not do like that. You should do, observe everything. Observe, you should underline, stick the questions and write. Another thing, the points are, every point in the questions, you should cover the every important point in the textbook which is given. For example, the lessons are there. You should write, remember, and write the writer's name. If writer's name is not there, for example, annotations. In the first paper, it is the main point. Annotations, you should write and the writer's name. Otherwise, you should not get mark. You lost your mark. Because of this, another thing I want to tell you, writers, not only writer's name, a few words, 3 or 4 words regarding the writer's books and writer's awards you should. For example, then if you write great writer, George Bernard Shaw, you should write 1 or 2 sentences about his another books. This is the main important. Writer and in annotations, writer's information should give it. The next paragraph, you should give the write about regarding the matter of the annotation mainly. Few people are writing, annotations are given, but they are writing another subject which is not connected with this annotation sentence. Which sentence is given in as an annotation, you should answer that question only. That problem is proper way. Another thing, if you are answer the question also, you are exactly present the answer which is connected to the question only. Few people are writing connecting matter which is connected to the question, not exact answer. Exact answer will give you correct marks. For another thing I want to tell you, these are the main principles. Every day you write the first paper, maybe second paper. These are the structures. One thing I want to tell you, prose, poetry, grammar structures. All grammar structures I explained here. These are the main grammar structures. One thing I want to tell you, parts of speech and punctuation voice, speech, transforming sentences, synthesis of sentences, homonyms, closure test, and prefixes and suffixes and verb forms are main structures, grammar structures in the first paper. The second paper, there we are going to write the picture message. One picture is given. You should write the picture matter here. And letter writing is very important. And CV writing is very important here. And another thing, the picture message, and then paragraph writing, paragraph questions, comprehend unseen passage is given. You should not be afraid of this subject because already you know the subject, but few people or students are nervous feeling. There is no nervous feeling. You are already studied in various schools. Because of this, you should write the examination carefully. And main thing I want to give you advice. First, you start the first paper with maybe questions or annotations. But whenever you write the annotation, you should write about the matter, the information about the writer. That is, questions also write the matter of connection matter. You should not write unparliamentary words. Some are using the words of about the God and something. You should pray. You pray in your house only. You should not pray in the examination hall and write the praying words. That is not a proper way. Because this is the correct way to write in the 3 hours of the paper. Always don't be nervous. Always you remember what you have studied previously and write in a proper way, and please check the answers at least. You submit the paper to the examiner. You submit the paper to the invigilator. Who is the invigilator is there. Then you submit the paper before the time the bell rang. You should finish the paper, and then you once please check and point out and tick the every question right. But choice should be observed. Few people are right like this. Few people are making one mistake. That is, for example, they are overtaking the choice and write more questions. That is not proper way. If you write more questions, your time may be wasted. You should write how many questions he asked, you write the answers for that. How many annotations he asked, you write the annotation. This is the first paper and second paper information. This is the correct information I have given regarding the matter of 10th class SSC examinations. I think all of the students write the examination very well. Thank you very much. God bless you.
గూగుల్ ప్లే స్టోర్లో మన SRS కోచింగ్ అకాడమీ యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని ఈ కింది కోర్సులను మీరు పొందవచ్చు. యాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ లింక్ కిందనే ఉన్న డిస్క్రిప్షన్లో ఉంది. ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్.
Please like, comment, share and subscribe to SRS Coaching Academy. Don't forget to press the bell icon.